why don't people who have made it, established, you got a call coming in?
No, that's a call for something else. Continue on.
I ain't taking booty calls in the bar. Shop talk. Look, but we were talking about as far as the people. We're talking. We were talking. Someone asked the question: when there are stylists that's been in the game as long as you, and they don't help out the younger generation, does that really, in a sense, like how do you look at that? Do you reach out more? I know you said you like to take pictures, but
I definitely do. I do believe in mentoring. I've opened myself up. I'm an educator as well, so I definitely, when I go to the schools, I'm on Empire's advisory board at the cosmetology school, but I do, if there is young stylists.
I just want to say, I'm talking to a very important woman right now.
Well, thank you.
I just want to say, I'm talking to a very important woman.
I mean, I love what I do. I love what I do. I believe in sharing. I don't feel like God gave this to me for me to keep for me. So as much as I'm not at threat of losing anything by giving and sharing. So that doesn't bother me. And then my stylist will tell you, I wear them out. I'm the mama of the shop all the time because I want them to be great, and I know that they have potential, and I share it. So whatever it is, I think it is very important for us veteran stylists to definitely reach out, connect. You don't have to formally go to the school with social media nowadays. I mean, it's nothing. I would like to set up something where we can kind of formally get a mentoring program together in the industry, where that way we can connect, because the missing part is everybody knows you go to school, you get licensed. Hair school does not teach you how to do hair, and it does not teach you
so it's just like the business etiquette.
It teaches you what you need to know to get a license.
That's like saying,
period.
No, that's just like saying going to college. College don't teach you how to own, to become, it teaches you how to work for somebody. It teaches the same thing, so.
So a lot of them get lost right at that point of coming out of school. A lot of them get discouraged. I thought you went to hair school and now you're working at the mall. Well, because nobody took them by the hand and helped to transition them into the industry. Or they get in and they don't last long.
We need mentors all around in our community. We need mentors in everything.
We need everywhere.
In every aspect, every business, every whatever.
Period. Even just day to day, we need mentors.
So that's one of the main things that's missing in our community is mentors.
Most definitely.
Just people who actually want to reach back. But I think it's that generational gap too. I think that really pushes out. We have a lot of women that are in the 30s or per se, and then you have that have family steps, and then you jump down to the next generation. Really is like the 2025. So there's no in between really there. You have your grandma, you have your aunts. It's just grandma and mama is the same age.
So does it seem like it's just a whole bunch of friction between each generation that's just been.
But if the gaps were closer, it'd be easier to, to grab a hand. You kind of got to run all the way, because now the music is a difference in that music boundary. It's a music difference. It's so many.
So where do these boundaries come from? That's basically what I'm.
Because of the gap. I think there's a gap. It's just like when you.
No, it is a gap because you have this. It's something in the air, whatever you want to call it, that the young generation is bump the older ones. They can't.
But that's what I'm saying. But it's so big of a bump. It's not like coming up. You just have it's a little bit. It was like.
But we used to.
Our old school is the 90s. Their old school is they don't even have what is the new? There is no new old school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We went from Temptations and then that. There's no. It's just like they forgot all about it.
But I think
we used age though. It's not an age thing.
That's what I'm just a generational. That's what I mean. It's just a generational feeling of being lost. We're just lost.
But I think we used to listen to our older generation when we was.
We did.
That's what I'm saying. But there's that.
We had a whole. Listen, we over 40. We had another stage.
So why is it that the new generation won't listen to us?
Because the ones that's right up underneath us was the ones who started to just do whatever, and they started to lose the value of having that respect for the older ones.
When George Bush got in, Facebook shut off again.
So would that also be? I don't know. I may be too far fetched. So could that gap actually be put there because of the lack of, once again, fathers and that masculinity in the neighborhoods and culture to have that authority? Basically, it's like we should be our own authority. So if we don't have our own authority like a household, if a father isn't there, then the child will get out of hand as far as bucking up against the system.
Well, you get
If the mother allows that.
You had a lot where you had a lot of young mothers like myself, and so then as the kids started to get older, now it's like you getting out doing the things that you didn't get to do. So now you're not trying to raise the kids; you out here kicking it with the kids.
I think that's part of it, because like when you ride through these neighborhoods, I know where I was coming up, you have everybody barbecuing on the same day. It just seemed like on 4th of July, barbecues just going, everybody cooking. Now you ride through, it's like you smell one barbecue in the front from an old lady and all over. Like it's no feeling of that.
Is we outside our homes too much?
I think we're not out. I think we're in our phones too much.
Like
And I think we're in our phones too much, and we're outside our homes too much, where we don't.
Because I also
that's
say
what
it's just a scenario that I thought about. It's hard to put your child on a punishment when they do something bad, and the weekend come, and you want to go out yourself.
That's what I'm
Self-discipline.
saying.
So what's
That's
going to
what
keep
I'm saying.
that child, punishment?
So you have to have self-discipline.
No, it's almost like you got to stay home.
That's what I mean. You
Right,
you
yeah,
have to have
right.
Yeah, you have.
But that's why I said, are we outside our homes too
We
much?
are. We
I think-
moving. We shuffling. We doing everything. You know
Right.
how often now are parents going home and sitting down and actually helping their kids with homework?
Right.
And I tell my stylists even now, and I said, listen, this money is not going anywhere. You shouldn't be in the salon at 9 to 10, 11 o'clock on a weekday. I worked one night late. That was it. The rest of the time, I was at home with my kids. Period.
And I think if you structure your appointments accordingly, your clients are going to find a way to get in there
They
to get
already
that done.
knew. They already knew. When it was Friday, it was football night. Y'all already know what time I'm taking the last appointment.
Exactly.
So it's just
But that's
about
building
getting that.
respect.
It is,
about building
but I demanded that,
That's
and
wrong.
because I demanded that, my clients understood and respected that. But then in turn, I respect them. I understand you have a job. I understand you have this event to go to. So I'm not going to hold you all day. I'm not going to hold you up because I want company at the salon. The salon is a business. It is not a place. I mean, we got shop talk and women love to come and this, that, and the other. But that it's not the club. It's not the hangout place. It's a business.
And my thing is, an addition that could be added to it would be a business and an educational center. Information, education. Yeah, it's not the club, but it's also outside just hair,
Right.
just educating.
But I think, like you said about the schools, they don't teach that. There could be another
It's
program
not.
that is a part of that. Like when you graduate there, now come to my program and I'll teach
Right.
you the
Well,
ins and
listen,
outs of it. That's
listen.
something to actually. I get
It
copyrights
is-
on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, another state when you know what I'm saying, you leave, now you gotta come to my school and I'm gonna teach you the real ins and outs. So
Well,
now
that's
you got your
why
license, I know you gotta do it.
African American hair school is needed in Cincinnati. I would love to be, see that happen because I know that we would educate our students totally different than what they're educated. Let me tell you something. They worried about attendance numbers and money.
Yep.
They not worried about how successful you're gonna be once you leave out of this hair school.
Regular public school. I'm sorry.
Hey, I
Yes.
graduated from Cincinnati.
But no, but regular
But I
public
do
school, they worry about your
understand.
attendance. They worry about
They
making sure you
do.
come there, but
They
they don't
do.
really worry about when you
Your
when
success.
you leave
And
out.
that's what's going on in beauty schools and in barber. Let me tell you my gripe about barber college since we on that.
Uh-oh.
And
We own it.
Yeah, we are because I feel like it's a dang on shame. Went to church, that'll be good. That
I think everybody
My
went to
son-
church this Sunday for some reason. Go
we
ahead,
needed
though.
it. My son just graduated earlier this year, and became a barber. I'm not understanding why, because he does not have a criminal background, never been arrested,
It sound like this
and
about
never
to
been
get
in
deep.
penitentiary, that I have to pay for him to become a licensed barber. But if you committed a crime and did some time, they gonna let you go and get this license for free. So
Hold on.
That goes into the
there are programs that if you have been in the system, give you grant money to go to barber college. Cause come on now, let's keep it real. That's how a lot of these barbers became barbers while they were locked up.
Because you finna.
But I
She about to open up
myself
something.
had to go into some money, pull some money, do some things because my son desired to be a barber but didn't have a record.
So you had to pull some. So he couldn't get the grant.
Well, how was he gonna get a grant? He doesn't have a criminal record.
So that's the kicker.
So now, how many men and women, because women are barbers now, have $7,000 to go to barber college because that's what we paid for my son to become a barber.
And it has increased.
Yeah.
But that goes into the same thing when we talk about these like
not-
Section 8. We talk about Section 8, we
Well-
talk about the government period where you can't have this amount of money for you to get some kind of benefits. It's designed for you
Well,
to be that way.
But
To
and
get
also
But I'm
my
saying it's a shame. It's
That
a
the
shame.
system is set up for you.
My issue with that is almost like the rap industry. like how rappers, to be credible, they feel they gotta have a record, a felony, to say I'm hood, you know, I'm a street rapper. So now it's like, do they have to commit a felony that don't have to pay for barber school if you want to go to barber school?
Well, here's another thing too.
Because I see people, you know, that goes
I'm
on.
speak a little loosely, but